Hi guys, it's Wendy again from Fingersticks Gallery. So I'm trying to adjust the camera. It is not going well. Every time I move, it moves. So, okay. Been having a little bit of camera issues. I do need to get a new phone eventually because the camera it's acting really strange lately. So, all right, we are gonna do some sort of a ring pour. I don't know if it's gonna be a traveling ring pour. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. Couple things. This is a 24 by 30 inch canvas. And my table is just a tiny bit off level. So if you have a level, if you're doing any kind of ring pour or anything that the paint is really thick, level your painting, level your work surface. So I've got these little tiles, and so I just put those on the back. Oh, but first I probably should show you this. So I always tape the back, and on these larger canvases, I squirt it with water because it'll help tighten up the back of the canvas. It doesn't take a whole lot, so just spritz it. It's on the finest spray. So you just want to dampen the surface. It does not honestly have to be a whole lot for it to tighten up. So, yep, it's just wet to the touch. So, make sure I'm back on my, oh wait, I leveled it that way. Okay, so just make sure that your painting is level. Super, super important. All right, we're gonna be using a menagerie of colors today. The DecoArt Dazzling Metallics Peacock Pearl, DecoArt Extreme Sheen Pink Tourmaline, DecoArt Extreme Sheen Coral, Folk Art ColorShift Aqua Flash. That one's a fun one. And then the purple is the ColorShift from Folk Art, the Blue Violet Flash. So the peach is a total mix. I just mixed this up. A little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. It's kind of a peachy, kind of corally, kind of orangey. And then I had some leftover DecoArt, the satin enamel paint, but I did a painting before where I needed it to be like a very light sky blue. So we're gonna use that too. It's a total mix of a whole bunch of different stuff. So on the back, the background, so folks, on Facebook and on social media and on some of the painting websites, people are commenting that when they do a base coat, when they do a background color, when you do the background, the base is it's like showing through. They're like, well, why am I seeing all these white spots coming through my painting? Well, because if you're using white, the bubbles in that white, especially if you're using house paint is notoriously thick. So it's gonna be a lot thicker, and it's gonna hold those little minute little pin bubbles a lot longer. So what you need to do is either thin it down. I try not to use any water. I just add a little bit more Floetrol. But also torch your background color, and if you really don't want those white bubbles coming through, use a complementing color. So this is like a peachy kind of skin, almost a skin color. Well, not my skin color. I'm a little darker than that. But if you don't want those little white pinholes coming or pin bubbles coming through, do a different color on your background. So this is just going to help the paint slide around a lot better, a lot easier. Oh, before I get completely painted, I should show you one of the other paintings I just did on a previous video. One of them didn't turn out. It was actually the very first painting I did on my last, I think it was like 2 swipes for the price of 1 or something is what I titled it. So I knew right away when I did it, the paint was a little bit too thick, so it didn't turn out great. But this guy turned out pretty cool. So, hi Amber. So this one did turn out cool. It's almost completely dry, and it looks a little bit dark and muddied right now, but when I put the varnish over it, The varnish is like magic, folks. If you have never varnished your work, and I used to use epoxy, but epoxy is difficult. I use just a regular gloss brush on varnish, works fantastic. Okay, so don't have a plan yet. We're just gonna kind of play it by ear. I do know that on the very center, I did mix a little bit of this, I think it was navy blue. Oh, wait a minute, I can show you. English navy from Apple Barrel. So I do want to have a base, the very, very center. I want this to kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to change my mind. I don't know. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants right now. Okay, this one's almost full. Why are you going out? Oh, for gosh sakes. So I asked my husband if this was almost empty, and he's like, no, it's pretty full. So I don't know. It's not meant to be tipped upside down, evidently. Okay, so I am going to add the blue first because I want him to come out last. I do want to have that little bit of dark in the middle. So I think this is going to be my... Do I want to have that? Oh my goodness gracious. I do not know anymore. You know what? I'm just going to go for it. So I'm going to try to do 2 layers. I'm not going to do a whole lot, but I want them to be a little bit thicker because of especially the color flash. I don't want it to have little tiny thin ribbons. I want it to have thicker ribbons because that color flash, once you varnish your painting, is going to stand out and it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And I was kind of, I don't know, I saw this new color, this peachy, whatever color it is, I can't remember. And I thought, you know what, maybe I'll do some like beach kind of colors today. I didn't really have a huge plan. I just started pouring and mixing, and folks, this took me forever to mix, to try to get all the consistencies close. So I've probably been mixing paint for over an hour. So if anybody looks at this project or any of your paintings are like, oh, that looks easy. Yeah, well, does it? Gosh, that purple is really pretty too. Goodness. Now I'm not adding a whole lot of this enamel because I don't know. I haven't really had really good luck with the enamel doing the cloud effect. I could put this in the middle. There's a bar right in the middle there. So I really want to do the cloud effect. I just do not know if it's going to work. Where is that color? I don't know where I put the bottle for this one. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this one is that, well, it's Coral, the Extreme Sheen from Deco Art. I really like that. It's kind of pretty. So that's kind of my inspiration for this, was just this color in particular. So my husband, he stayed in town last night. So folks, if you don't know, we have some property just outside of town. So I stayed up here last night because we have a hot tub and my back needed the hot tub last night desperately. And my husband is house sitting for his parents. My parents-in-law were there on vacation. So we also have an apartment in town, which I love, but I love it up here too. So he calls me this morning and he goes, or I said, yeah, I'm out in the pump house. I'm getting my colors together, which is also my studio. I'm in the trailer right now because the lighting's better, and he goes, well, you painted last night, didn't you? And I'm like, well, yes, I did. He's stalking me on Facebook, folks. Which is kind of nice that he knows what I do. I love it. Oh, maybe I'll go back. I'm going to do just one little layer of him again, because this is going to be more on the outside ring. And then I'll finish it up with the purple, because I did make a little bit more purple. So we're going to do 3 rounds on him. Now, I've also found out, folks, that I use these big tongue depressors or stir sticks. So really, they're this big. I find cutting them in half, I have a lot more control. They cut super easy, so I don't know. Just something you might want to try. Oh, add a little more orange. Since I have it, because it might be going off the edge anyway. I'm running out of room. Goodness. You don't want to see my counter, folks. It is a disaster. It's covered in stir sticks and paint and bottles, and it is a flipping mess over there. Okay. So let me think about this for a second, because I kind of wanted to do a straight pour. Not even a ring pour. I wanted to do a straight pour, but I'm almost thinking I'm going to do a traveling straight pour. I'm not going to do a ring. I don't want to muddy anybody up. I'm going to probably start here and go to here. Sure, why not? And I am just going to go straight down. I'm not going to move the cup. Well, except for I'm going to make it straight anyway. It's going to be thicker on this end because I didn't really judge my pour ability very well. Which is fine. It might almost look more like a ring pour, or a wing pour. W-I-N-G, wing. And you will always see the tail. Always, always, always. So try to catch your tail. Okay. I hate this part because it looks so pretty the way it is. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. I'm actually going to thin down the edges just a little bit with the background paint because I don't want to have any rollover on that paint. And I'll explain what rollover is here in just a second. So I'm just going to thin it down with a little bit of Floetrol. So rollover is when your colors on the edges, if your background is like snagging your paint, really, that's what it is. It's holding on to it and it sticks, and so it like rolls your colors over and it covers up your rings, your really pretty rings on the outsides. Oh, please don't look. I really hope that doesn't look like something dirty right there in the middle when I stretch it. Oh, see, we're having rollover already. Gosh dang it. Wow. And I thought I was using too much paint, but yeah, I really don't know if I'm using enough. Okay, we'll come to that corner later. So then I'm going to move it up towards this thumb, my right hand. because I really kind of like this up here. Gosh, I love that coral color though. Okay, go fast over the corner. Maybe since I'm down here. And also, if you guys are worried about losing paint, or if you really think that you've lost a lot of your paint or you didn't use enough, you can also put stir sticks or pieces of cardboard on the corner to kind of catch your corner. Sorry, I know you guys can't see this, but okay. Okay, since it's already over here, if you kind of go back and forth, you can sort of save a little bit. Oh, you know what though? I've got some pretty ugly paint boogers that I need to get out of there. I see one. Did I get you? Yep. And then there's one here, but I almost want to leave him because I can't see him anymore. I know where he's at, but I can't see it. Okay. Ooh, and hold on too, folks. It's slippery. Come on. Getting a little bit thin on the paint. So back and forth, up and down. Okay. And then I'm going to move it just, on my final tilt though, I want to make sure I get all those little paint monsters out of there. And I think I know who's doing it. I think it was that blue. Yeah, I think it was the blue because I've had him hanging around for a little while. There we go. Ooh, he was a big one. Okay. Just kind of stretch him back a little bit. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. I did lose a lot of what I really, really wanted to do, or what I wanted to keep, but I didn't use a whole lot of paint, which I should have. I should have used more. I know. No hate mail, please. Just touching around the edges to make sure everybody's covered. Yep. All right, and then I'm gonna put it on my little leveling blocks here. Okay, so this is probably the messiest, aside from using a hairdryer and spraying it everywhere, this is the messiest you're probably gonna get when you're pouring, because you really have to get that paint all the way around the edges and get paint freaking everywhere. Okay, bear with me 1 second. I gotta clean my hands off. Ugh. Don't tell my husband, but I just spilled about 4 ounces of orange paint on our counter. So I'll clean it, just don't tell him. Gosh. Okay, so hang on. If I can not drop you, I'll bring you in. Okie dokie. So it's not bringing it up on the camera very well. Why are you not focusing? There we go. So it's on autofocus. I don't know why it's not focusing. Anyway, so I will torch this one final time, but look at that. That is really cool. So it didn't have the exact look that I was going for. I'm going to use more paint next time. I'm starting to get my mojo back, so we will see what happens. I'll take a good picture and I'll put that in the, it'll be the thumbnail. So as soon as it starts drying, it'll look better. So, all right, folks, have a great day. For me, it's Monday. Hope everybody has a great week.